The cryopod cracked open with a violent hiss. A synthetic voice echoed through the frozen chamber.
Where was this? His lungs burned with stale, icy air, and his limbs felt like lead.
Subject 7. Unauthorized awakening detected. Termination protocol activated immediately. The pod's faded plate read, Subject 7. No name. Only a cold designation. Red laser turrets slid from the ceiling, their targeting lenses locking onto the motion. A crimson beam sliced the air, where his head had been an instant before, scorching the wall. The heat singed his hair.
Keep moving. Think later. If you survive.
He kicked a rusted maintenance door off its hinges and tumbled into a dark corridor. He burst from the underground tunnel, collapsing to his knees as he stared up at the impossible skyline. 50 years had passed while he slept. The world he knew was gone, replaced by a blinding forest of glass and light that stretched to the horizon. He stumbled into the neon-lit streets. Passers-by recoiled from his battered vintage kit, their whispers sharp as glass.
Everything felt wrong. Too bright, too cold, a world that had forgotten him.
Then, a giant hologram flickered above the plaza, a news broadcast. The image burned into his vision. Legendary cursed artifact. The World Breakers, fatal to all who dare wear them. The boots on screen were unmistakable.
Those are my boots, from the training ground 50 years ago.
He grabbed the arm of a man nearby, his voice raw and urgent.
The boots on that screen, where are they kept? Tell me.
The man flinched at his ancient clothes, but muttered, The Grand Football Hall, Museum Wing. Don't touch them. Ata's hand darted out, snatching a digital map, tablet from a distracted tourist's pocket. He slid into the crowd, eyes fixed on the distant spires of the hall. Whether it was a trap or a miracle, those boots were his only link to the past, and he would not let them go. The Grand Football Hall loomed before him, a cathedral of twisted glass and steel. Even from the outer plaza, its scale felt oppressive. He slipped through the public entrance, blending with a tour group. A digital plaque next to the exhibit warned in crimson letters, Cursed Artifact. Behind a wall of humming laser grids, the boots rested on a pedestal, ornate, rusted, and radiating a faint, aching light.
Those scuffs on the toe, the worn stitching. He traced those flaws 1,000 times. They were his.
He forced himself to linger near a service corridor. Two curators in white coats passed close, their hushed words carrying the weight of years. Every test subject's tibia snapped clean within 2 steps. One muttered, The artifact rejects anyone not matched at the genetic level. It's a death trap.
A death trap? He almost laughed. Those boots had carried him through 100 muddy games. They'd never hurt a soul.
He exited as dusk fell, circling the stadium's perimeter. Drones hummed above, and armed guards patrolled every entrance. A rusted maintenance grate near the foundation caught his eye. It was partially hidden by overgrowth, probably forgotten. A way in, he pressed into the shadows of a neglected loading dock, watching the last technicians leave. His heart matched the slow count of the flickering streetlights. He pried open the rusty grate and dropped into the maintenance shaft. The stale air tasted of ozone and old concrete. Minutes later, he emerged into the silent exhibit hall. The boots waited behind their shimmering security field, untouched.
Just a little closer. He had no plan for the alarms, just an old ache in his chest that refused to let them collect dust any longer.
He drove his elbow into the reinforced glass. It spiderwebbed, then shattered. Klaxons screamed through the hall. His fingers closed around the leather. The boots erupted with white gold light, pulsing in time with his heartbeat.
They remember me. After 50 years, they still know my touch.
He laced them on in one motion. The light nearly blinded him. Guards in tactical gear burst through the doors, stun batons raised. The first guard lunged. An invisible shockwave threw him backward into his squad. Bones cracked. The others froze. Instinct took over. He dropped his shoulder, feinted past a security drone, and dribbled an imaginary ball toward the service exit. He crashed through a rusted exit and into the neon rain. Behind him, the hall's sirens wailed like a wounded beast. He slumped in a narrow alley, rain plastering his hair to his scalp. The boots' glow dimmed to a faint pulse against the wet concrete.
They'd call him a thief, but they were his. He'd worn them through 100 forgotten games.
A muffled cry cut through the downpour. 3 thugs had cornered a silver-haired woman in the next back street. The boots flared to life. He sprinted forward, body-checking the first man into a wall and scattering the others like startled birds.
Thank you. I thought I was finished. Those are the World Breakers. They glow for you.
A nearby hologram blared. Terrorist steals legendary artifact. Ata's own face filled the screen.
They're mine, from 50 years ago.
The original owner? I am Honoka, an academic. I've studied the boots my whole life. The Federation will kill for them.
She turned and slipped into a maintenance tunnel, expecting him to follow. He did, the boots light the only guide. The tunnel ended at a cluttered underground lab. Monitors flickered, old books towered, and the holographic DNA helix glowed in the corner.
The boots appeared 30 years ago. Every person who tried them had their ankles snap within seconds. Watch.
The footage showed a striker collapse, his ankle twisting until bone-pierced skin. The curse was real.
He'd kicked stones in those boots. They had been a part of him, not a weapon. Not a weapon.
But you? You laced them up and your bones didn't shatter. That makes you the original.
50 years ago. They're just leather. I wore them every day.
Then explain this. Every half-century, the ground under the stadium shakes. The last time was when you vanished.
She overlaid match footage from centuries past. The same boots, a final goal, and the trembling stopped. A pattern.
You think the boots are meant to stop whatever is under there?
I know they are. The Federation buried the truth, and they'll bury us to keep it.
Onoka pressed a scanner to the boot. A lock icon appeared, then clicked open as Ata's genetic code aligned.
The boots were designed for you. Only your touch can activate their full power.
The scanner confirmed a perfect biolock. No one else could ever wear them without breaking.
After the brawl, they'd promised Cryo would save him. He was just a reserve, easily forgotten.
I pulled your file. According to the Federation, you died 50 years ago.
The record was stamped. Subject 7, deceased. But the cryo facility logs were classified.
They faked my death. Someone wanted me wiped from history.
Whoever did this had the highest clearance. This goes all the way to the top.
A klaxon screamed. The lab's perimeter alarm announced a breach in the outer tunnel. On the monitor, a squad of armed agents in black tactical gear closed in on the door. The door exploded inward, sending splinters and black smoke billowing through the lab. Armed agents charged through the breach. A helmet speaker crackled. Surrender the artifact immediately, or we use lethal force. Ata moved to shield Honoka, his boots blazing white gold. He had no weapon except the ground. He slammed his foot into the floor. A wave of concussive energy erupted, hurling 4 agents into the walls. In a sterile control room, Director Kuroda observed through a drone feed. His lips thinned into a cold line.
That shockwave. It's unlike anything in the records.
No time. The secret tunnel. Move.
They scrambled into the dark passage. A collapsing support beam crashed down, striking Honoka's left leg. She lurched. Without hesitating, Ata swung her onto his back and sprinted, the boots lighting the way. They emerged into an abandoned stadium, its grass tall and stands empty. The boots' glow faded to a whisper. Ata eased Honoka against a crumbling wall. Her hands trembled as she tore cloth for a bandage, blood seeping through.
This stadium, it's one of the original ritual grounds. Every 5 centuries, the thing under the pitch wakes.
She activated a portable projector. A hologram of the stadium's substrata flickered, revealing a pulsing mass beneath. On the far wall, a faded mural showed a player in ancient boots, sealing a monstrous shadow with a single kick.
The only way to seal it is a ritual match. A world breaker must score the final goal from the center circle.
So, the boots were made for this, a chain of sacrifices stretching back centuries. And he was the next link.
A tremor rolled through the ground. Dust fell like rain from the rusted rafters, and a low moan vibrated through the stone.
See the mural? It's you. The timeline aligns perfectly with your awakening. You were meant to be here.
The pitch cracked with a sound like splitting bone. A sliver of emerald light bled from the fissure, then faded.
It senses the boots. The entity is waking early, and you are the only one who can stop it now.
While Honoka rested, Eita pried open a rusted locker in the stadium's decrepit basement. Inside lay a dust-coated file. A yellowing label read, Subject 7, Failsafe, his own designation, stamped as a contingency.
Open it. That file is older than me. It might have the truth about your cryo.
Eita's fingers shook as he slid out a faded photograph. The image stole his breath. It showed the brawl, the tackle that broke his ribs. But the tackler's jersey bore a Federation insignia.
It wasn't an accident. They staged your death to keep you as a failsafe for the entity's return.
They stole 50 years from him. His youth, his squad, his name, all erased for a ritual they planned all along.
The boots flared white gold, responding to his surge of fury. The ground trembled in sympathy.
He was nothing but a tool, crafted, broken, and stored. Yet the tool now had the power to decide.
The photo crumpled in his fist. Outside, the entity's moan grew louder, and Honoka watched him with a weary dread.
There's a genetic marker in the file. MER-MKs. Only 1 in 10 million carry it. The boots react to that gene.
She highlighted a sequence on her tablet, a gene engineered into the Worldbreaker lineage centuries ago, passed down through bloodlines.
Your birth wasn't random. The Federation tracked your family for generations. You were raised to be a failsafe.
His parents, his training, every scouting report. A script written before he could walk. My whole life, just a tool.
Number. You were made a tool by them. But the boots chose you, and they protect you. That's not obedience, that's ownership.
A tear traced through the dust on Eita's cheek. Falling onto the crumpled photo, the ground answered with a bone-deep shudder.
Then I'll be their tool. But on my terms. They'll learn what they built when I walk onto that pitch.
She had opened the wound, but she wouldn't let him bleed out alone. Whatever came next, they'd face it together.
The entity's moan became a roar, shaking the ancient rafters. The fissure in the pitch widened, emerald light spilling across the grass. Honoka's fingers flew across her tablet, slicing through the Federation's encryption. A hologram of the council chamber flickered to life.
Subject 7 has the boots. The entity awakens in 30 days. We cannot let a rogue element risk the seal. Capture him at all costs.
A cold countdown timer appeared in the corner. Days until emergence. The number 30 glowed a poisonous green.
They'll kill me after the ritual. I am a tool they'll discard when the job is done.
Then, we don't wait for their ceremony. We seal the entity ourselves before they can use you up.
But we need the main stadium. It's locked down with an army and surveillance.
Honoka pulled up schematics of the Grand Hall's underground tunnel network. Service routes forgotten by modern security.
I've studied every access point for years. We won't walk through the front door. We'll take the pitch from below.
The emerald light from the fissure pulsed in rhythm with the countdown, as if the entity itself was marking the days. Eita clenched his fist, the boots blazing white gold. He'd play their game, but he'd rewrite the rules.
I've contacted an old lab partner. He can get us the stadium's sub-level access codes.
They met in a rain-slick alley. Honoka's former colleague smiled, thin and wrong, before she could speak. Black-clad agents poured from the darkness. A trap.
You sold me out. After everything.
Eita returned to the hideout. The door hung splintered. Honoka was gone. Honoka was gone. A hologram flickered to life. Kuroda's face filled the room, cold and satisfied.
Subject 7. The boots and your presence at the stadium, or the collar detonates 48 hours.
On the hologram, Honoka knelt, a blinking collar tight at her throat. Her eyes held no plea, only fire.
They'd stolen everything. Now they'd used her as a leash. He would break it with their own trap.
The countdown began. 48 hours to decide, walk into the ceremony, or watch her die. In the dark hideout, he sat alone. The old photo of his youth squad crumpled in one hand. The countdown timer glowed green.
He never wanted fame, just to play, but he wouldn't let her die for a lie.
He slid his feet into the old leather. The boots erupted with white gold light, pulsing with his resolve. The light solidified into a steady glow. He stood, amber eyes burning in the dark.
They made me a tool, but a tool can choose its purpose.
He walked out of the ruined hideout, the boots leaving a trail of gold on the concrete. The city slept, neon pulsing like a dying heartbeat. He walked towards the main stadium, a silhouette against the rising sun.
48 hours, enough to end it.
The boots blazed not with rage, but with a cold, steady purpose. They knew the path. He would walk into their trap, and he would rewrite the rules. He reached the Grand Hall gates at dawn. 6 armed guards formed around him without a word.
Welcome, Subject 7. The legend returns to write the final chapter.
Kuroda projected a holographic contract. The terms burned in cold text.
You will play a full match against our champions. The final goal must be scored from the center circle at the peak of awakening. The boots will channel your life force into the seal. You may not survive.
And if I refuse?
Kuroda tilted his head toward a monitor. Honoka knelt in the feed, collar blinking. Ada's thumb pressed into the contract. The boots hummed with solemn acknowledgement. He walked onto the pitch. On the other side, the cybernetic champions smirked under their visors.
48 hours. He'd make them regret every second.
The Federation's training center was a sterile arena. Ita sprinted against cybernetic defenders, the boots blazing with each stride.
The power was intoxicating, but each burst left his lungs burning.
After the 4th drill, he collapsed. A medic scanned him with a cold frown. Your vitals are dropping. The boots are consuming you. One more session like that could kill you.
He didn't care. He'd burn out to save her.
In a holding cell, Honoka tricked a guard into bending close, stole his tablet, and began to search. She found an encrypted archive from the original ritual texts. A line burned in the ancient script. The world breaker must pour out, but a tether of equal soul can share the burden.
Eita couldn't survive alone, but if she could bind herself to the ritual as a tether, they might both make it.
Eita pulled himself up for another drill, the boots flickering like a dying star. The whistle split the air. The crowd, packed shoulder to shoulder, erupted. This was a show to them. Cybernetic defenders lunged. A steel-plated player slid in with a crunching tackle. Eita vaulted over him, the boots flaring. The monitors in the control room shivered. Seismograph needles clawed into the red. In her cell, Honoka saw the readings on her stolen tablet. Her fingers dug into the screen. The peak was coming far too soon. The center circle ruptured. Emerald light blazed upward, and the stands shrieked. A mountain of flesh and ancient eyes rose, tentacles thrashing. The cybernetic opponents fled the pitch in terror. Eita stood rooted, the ball near his feet, the boots casting a golden aura around him as the world shattered.
It's now or never.
The boots flared brighter than ever before, their light carving a warning on the scarred pitch. The sky darkened as the entity blotted out the floodlights. Time was a fraying thread. A tentacle lashed down. Eita twisted left, the boots flaring, every dodge costing him seconds he didn't have.
The circle was only meters away. Each step pushed his body past its limits.
He rolled under a second blow. The boots scraped a golden line across the grass. The ritual's first stroke, the pattern recognized the boots. A golden mandala began to etch itself outward from his steps, pulsing with ancient need. The entity screamed, a tendril hammering the edge of the light. The mandala flickered but held. Spectators saw a dome of gold swelling over the pitch, a fragile eggshell against the writhing dark.
Cold. His heart was a drum slowing down. The boots drank him greedily.
He stumbled, catching himself on one knee. The ritual demanded more than he had left.
Just one more.
He planted his feet in the center. The mandala blazed a final, defiant white gold as the entity howled, his vision blurred. The roar of the entity faded. In its place, he saw them, past world breakers, a woman in ancient leather, a boy in torn cotton. They nodded once.
Eita, I am here. We do this together.
A thread of pure gold arced from the stands, Piercing the chaos, it latched onto his chest, and warmth flooded his veins. Onoka had rigged a sensor, channeling her own life force as the tether. They were bound. His amber eyes snapped open, no longer weary. The boots answered, erupting with pure white gold.
She had thrown her soul onto the scale. He would not squander it.
The mandala beneath him stabilized, its intricate runes burning into the grass. The ball rolled to a stop at his feet. The entity slammed against the dome of light, but it held. For the first time, it shrieked in fear. He drew back his leg. The boots charged with every prayer he never spoke. Eta began the final ritual dribble, tracing a star pattern around the mandala's heart. Each step etched deeper into the grass. Golden lines flared on the grass, a perfect echo of the ancient mural. The ritual was complete. He wound up his kick, the boots blazing like twin suns. Honoka's golden thread pulsing in time with his heart. The ball rocketed from his foot, not into a net, but into the yawning rift at the circle's core. A pillar of pure white gold ignited, shooting into the heavens and swallowing the entity's roar whole. The stadium convulsed, debris raining, the crowd's screams lost in the cataclysmic roar of ceiling. Then, silence. The light receded, leaving a smoking crater where the center circle had been. The rift was sealed. Eta lay sprawled at the crater's edge, the boots glowed, dimming to a faint, loyal pulse against the silence. Onoka broke free from the stands, the collar finally dead on her neck, and sprinted across the ruined pitch.
Eta, don't you dare leave me now.
Onoka's hand pressed against his chest, still glowing from the severed tether. She poured what remained of her strength into him. Medics swarmed the crater minutes later. A life support drone anchored his vitals while Honoka refused to let go of his hand. Unencrypted footage of the ritual match flooded the global net. The Federation's secret history and Kuroda's blackmail were undeniable. Director Kuroda was taken into custody on the council floor, his cold composure cracking for the first time. A council envoy visited Eta's hospital bed. The World Council owes you its survival. Name your reward.
I didn't do it for you. Don't build me a statue. Leave the boots alone.
What now, then? You've been given a blank slate.
I want to play. Not for rituals or federations. For kids who just love the game.
The boots were placed on a simple wooden shrine, forgotten by the media, remembered only by the two who mattered. Eta and Honoka walked out of the hospital hand in hand, the city's noise fading behind them. No cameras followed. The training ground was nothing fancy, a chipped goalpost and uneven grass. But the laughter was louder than any stadium roar.
It's okay. I used to miss too. Want to know a secret? The boots never cared about mistakes. Just keep moving.
The boy's eyes brightened. He tried again, the ball sailing cleanly into the net. Eta ruffled his hair. Later, as the sun dipped low, Eta sank onto an old bench. The boots sat beneath it, laces frayed, leather dull.
Do you regret it? The 50 years lost, the battle, the pain?
I finally understand. The boots weren't about being a hero. They were about carrying on what was started.
He slid the boots back under the bench. They were just old leather now, and that was enough. The children still kicked the ball under the golden sky. Honoka leaned against him, and the weight of the past finally felt light. Eta smiled, a breeze carrying the children's laughter. Behind him, the old boots rested, not as relics, but as roots. And for the first time in 50 years, Eta was right where he wanted to be.